Extreme sports.
Whoa, dude.
Totally radical, bro. Welcome back to the Gentleman Sit Down. We are an untraditional podcast.
Trying to be traditional, gentlemen.
I'm Satirius D. Lemitzius.
And I'm Joshua Callahan.
Links in the description down below for social medias. There's a like, subscribe button. There's a ding a bell button. There's a, comment section. Hey, these are options. Use them. There's a share button too. Maybe,
Share.
Maybe your mom wants to see something cool and extreme.
Share with somebody. It's,
Yeah. Yeah.
Let them know what you're listening to and doing in life.
Yeah. So extreme sports. Let me tell you something real quick. Right off the rip, I'm going to tell you some extreme sports that I like.
Go for it.
Racing. I want to get into race cars. Like go.
Yeah.
I don't care. Go-karts, any other race cars. I mean, anything. All of it. I'll do it all. Except rally. I don't want to do rally. That seems a little too much for me. But
What was that, the rally? That's where they crash into each other?
No, rally cars. That's I think that's I don't remember what that's called. But rally cars is like kind of like they're on dirt tracks and they like go over jumps and like you have to. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, but I would do some dirt biking. I'm not gonna lie. Not the crazy dirt bike with the flips, but like a little bit of dirt biking. A little bit of dirt biking races.
Dirt biking's good,
Yeah, small tracks.
You like motorcycles.
Yeah, it's a little dangerous. I mean, it's really dangerous. But anyway, it's all dangerous. These are extreme sports. But I would totally, 100% do, I kind of want to do
Ice trucking.
cliff climbing, like mountain climbing.
Oh.
Kind of want to
Yeah.
do. But I
That was
want a
on my
professional
list,
there
too.
with me. I want a professional there with me,
Yeah.
I don't want to do it alone.
I'm going to be honest with you. My list comes from things I want to do, but will comfortably say never will do.
Okay.
Like one of the first things on my list, I would love to be one of those squirrel diving jumpers. They have that squirrel suit thing with the hang line, and they zoom. But you hear so many people don't know how to control because you're turning to control it.
Yeah.
There's no like cords. It's you. And people go into a wall.
Yeah.
Smash like a bug on a windshield.
Yeah.
But it looks cool as fucking fast as fucking beautiful as fuck. Hang gliding, maybe more respect. At least you have more controls. There's like ropes and things. Maybe you can like, in my head, I'm like, okay, that's how I can control gravity. Like a puppet. Man, like, come on. Okay. Bungee jumping. I don't know. Is that considered extreme sport?
That is an extreme sport.
How is that a sport? There's no game to it. Well, defeated death. I win. Winning.
That's the point. It's
Winning.
extreme.
You're beating gravity or something? Look, I'm coming back up. No, I'm going down. Coming back up. What about the one where they teabag you? Like where you bungee jump into the water and like, and you come back out?
Oh, that doesn't sound fun.
Doesn't sound fun at all.
Sounds like a possible, like easy to break your neck doing that.
Yeah. But I don't think they go as high up. I think it's meant to be like you're diving. You're trying to get the effect of cliff diving, but you can... That doesn't make any sense. Maybe they don't do that. Maybe I just made it up in my head. I thought that was a thing that they did.
I don't know.
Anyways, I know most of them go off of bridges and stuff. And
You know what else? Great extreme sport that I would definitely do? Jet skiing.
yes, spelunking. You said You said that earlier, and I'm like, yeah, but I'll never do it. I'm afraid of like tight closed spaces and rocks going.
Yeah, I don't
You know
like
what?
that.
I'm gonna take this moment to collapse on this air pocket, and then you're in it, and then you're dead.
Yeah. I don't know if it's spelunking, but there's these some
Spelunking.
guys,
What?
some of these guys, they go into these really, really tight crevices.
Yeah.
And they're like barely squeezing through.
Who's that?
Yeah. I'm like, no thanks.
Why you want to do that?
Yeah. No thanks.
Why are you going into pyramids and saying, this is where they built a secret shaft, and if you just shimmy, you'll get through? Why you want to shimmy through anything like that?
Yeah.
How about get out, take a picture, send a drone?
Yeah. Yeah. We got technology for a
2022,
reason now. Yeah.
3, 4.
Yeah.
Maybe, who knows when you're watching this, but they've invented drones and remote control devices.
Yep.
I don't want to shimmy through it. You know the thing in Aliens? Aliens wasn't, it was a scary movie. Yes, the most scary thing in that movie, Aliens, is when the robot guy is shimmying through the thing, knowing that an alien can be behind him, but he's shimmying through it. No, thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, just the androids, yeah.
Yeah.
Shimmying through. I get you.
Good one. But I love the idea of spelunking, seeing big open caves, the idea of descending into the earth, and there's an open,
Diving into big caverns.
I loved it. They have the caverns up in New Hampshire and stuff, like Linville Caverns. I remember as a kid, and they built stuff around, like there was wood, so it's like these little platforms that you could walk through, but you're in a cave. Man, it was gorgeous, beautiful. And there was a little bit of shimmying, but they were able to build a structure. So in my head, I'm like, well, at one point there was enough space for them to build something. So there's room here, even though you're really close to the rock is right here, and you got to, so people of a certain girth wouldn't be able to go through the caverns, but it's made for the mass public. Anyways, fun.
Yeah. No, yeah.
The racing idea, like I wish I could do fast cars and stuff like that. I would love it, but like pod racing.
Oh yeah, like Star Wars. No, but I've been go-karting. I go go-karting sometimes.
I do too, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I'm doing like I love just being in those go-karts. You got a helmet on. You're going like 50, 60 miles an hour on a
But
circuit.
really going. I mean, the ones I go to, you can't go more. That you can't do more than like 30 to 40. But you feel like you're.
No, the one I went to is an actual raceway.
Yeah,
like,
see, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
well, I would do that, but I wouldn't. Yeah,
it's an actual raceway, and it's and you're going like somewhere. You're averaging around if
60?
you have good time around the circuit, you can average around 55 miles an hour.
Holy shit.
There's some of these guys that are really good. They're pushing to 60.
Are they flipping?
No, you can't really flip on a go-kart.
What do you mean? Centrifugal force. You can flip anyhow. Tire blows out. Guess what? Sends you into a flip.
I've never seen someone flip on a go-kart. I'm gonna be honest.
All right.
I've never seen it. But hey, it's probably happened.
I've seen guys go sideways on the kiddie carts ones that don't go more than 30. Oh. I mean, kids are not allowed to go on. Let's be honest. It's supposed to be 18 or higher, 20 or higher or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen them go sideways, and they have the railings.
But dude, there was the one time I went. There was just one time I went, and I was on this. There was finally like a clean, like nobody, like they didn't stop us. It was like a clean race, because they have like these remote controls where they stop you if people go into an accident.
Oh, I hate that. They control your cars.
Yeah, but there was this one race. It was like nice and clean. Nobody was controlling us, and I was able to do whatever the fuck I wanted. And like, dude, I was pushing that car around the circuit, and it was like, there's nothing. Like there really is. There's this quote I heard from a race driver. I forgot his name. I forgot exactly what he said.
Andretti.
But no. But he was like, when you're in that car and you're pushing to those higher speeds, it doesn't even feel like you're driving anymore. It feels like you're floating. Yeah. And like I wasn't going that fast to feel like I was floating. Yeah. but I was driving, and like I just felt like I was gliding. I didn't feel like I was floating, but I felt like I was just like, once I got a handle of the circuit, and I was more comfortable with how the car was working, I was able to feel like how it was moving around turns and stuff. And I started to just get better at like, going around each turn and like really starting to push the speed and like floating less over the brake and more over the gas.
The hairpin turns we take on the way to work, we kind of work in the same vicinity, the one that goes like this. Every time I take that turn, I feel like I'm a racer a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, yeah. A little bit. I'm like, yeah. I'm going, what, 35? I'm like, look at me, Andretti. Look here. I'm passing people like I'm being.
But it's the greatest feeling. It was a great feeling. Like going around, like there was this like turn, and like I would feel like, I had some understeer. So like the back end of the car. The back end of the car would like kind of like skid out a little bit, and I would just shimmy the right way.
You turn into it.
Yeah. And I would just shimmy the wheel just the right way, and like I'd kind of drift a little bit, because you don't want to drift too much because it slows your time down. Because when I went to that raceway, you're not really racing people, you're racing time.
Your time.
Your time. I got like third, but it was like nice. It was like when I did that race, it was like, and like gliding across the circuit. It was fucking. That's why I want to keep. It was an addictive feeling. I want to do it again and again and again.
Isn't all racing against time? That's why they start you off at different places, but you're just who's fastest. Like it doesn't matter who goes across the checkered flag first.
No. So if you're doing qualifying sessions, so usually how it works is you have a race. I'm gonna go off Formula One rules because I'm a Formula One fan. So in Formula One, they have a 3-day weekend. It's a race weekend and it's 3 days.
Holiday.
Yeah, and Friday they usually do free practice 1 and free practice 2. So the free practices are basically you get the cars out in the circuit and you do a bunch of laps. You time yourself and you get yourself in the car. You get yourself comfortable with the car on that circuit the way it's laid out. That's pretty much how it works.
Do you ever get a chance to deal with the track beforehand, before qualifying?
Yeah, that's what free practice 1 and 2 is. There's 3 free practices. So free practice 1 and 2 is on Friday. Then Saturday, before qualifying, like an hour or two before qualifying, they do free practice 3 to kind of like start pushing their cars to the max limit. Like start pushing what's the fastest times you can get, because qualifying is when you have to push for your fastest times. So you're going for pre-practice 3. You're pushing your car to you're pretty much pushing the car at 100%. You're doing qualifying, but you're not. Like you're just under it because you don't want to push too hard because you want to be able to push at the max in qualifying. So when qualifying comes, you're pushing at max. You're trying to get the fastest lap you can get, and you keep doing it. And there's 3 quarters now in Formula One. They started doing that like 10, 15 years ago. I don't know, but they split qualifying in 3 quarters. So quarter 1, you're kind of racing to get out of the bottom 5. So you're putting on the fastest laps you can get. Usually the top guys with the top cars, they're real comfortable in the top 10, so they don't have to worry. It's the more of the bottom guys and the bottom cars that are trying to get out of the bottom 5 in quarter 1. Quarter 1 ends. Whoever is the slowest 5 of the 20 racers, they're out. And then quarter 2 starts.
Because those are a 3-day weekend.
Yeah, and then quarter 2 starts. And then quarter 2, qualifying is 1 session, so it's on Saturday. So quarter 2 starts, and then it's same thing. You're racing your time to get out of the bottom 5 again, and then at the end of quarter 2, whoever's the 5 slowest and the 15 racers left get out, and then quarter 3 happens. Quarter 3 is just the top 10 guys, and they're racing to get the fastest time possible to get highest placement in the grid. So the top 10 guys are racing. They're racing their own times. They're trying to beat themselves, and they're trying to beat other guys that are faster.
So they are racing not against the time. They're racing against each other at the end because they're fighting for placement.
Well, yeah, they're racing against each other's times. They're not really racing against each other yet. So they're racing against each other's times. So you could be out on the circuit, but you might have an out lap, they call it, and an out lap means you're kind of just cruising slow on the circuit and you're getting out of the way for the guys that are going fast, trying to beat the time. So that's what they do for quarter 3, and then at the end of quarter 3, whoever is the fastest gets in P1, P2, P3, P4, and like whatever your times are, that's like positions you get in the grid, and that's how you start the race on Sunday. Sunday is only the race. The race starts on Sunday. The races usually they average around 2 hours, and it's like them racing for 2 hours in like the fastest cars on the planet because it's Formula One, and that's when they start racing each other. So time doesn't matter. I mean, it does if you want to get extra points to get the fastest lap.
Yeah,
you can get fastest lap of the race, and you get an extra point on top of the points that you already could accumulate. Only people in the top 10 get points. If you're the bottom 10, you don't get any points. So you're really racing. The bottom 10 are racing to get into the top 10, and the top 10 guys are racing to get into first. That's pretty much the ultimate goal, right? That's the ultimate goal.
Jeez.
And then you're racing against each other, and you're doing technique and skills. Like you're trying to beat each other to corners. You're trying to, maybe you don't need to beat someone in a corner to pass them. You need to just be faster than them on the outside of the turn. And then you're going around the turn and you're trying to get them on the outside. There's like different techniques that they do. You follow in behind, you pick up they have DRS, they call it. Right now, which kind of like opens up the back wing of the car. It gives them more kind of like it gives them more less wind resistance and like, all that downforce, and it allows them to push the car even faster so they can pass the car that's in front of them. That's another thing. There's like all these tricks that they do.
Yeah.
They
you go on
racing
the
is-
inside, that's a stronger turn. It's a stronger curve.
It's a stronger
Science.
curve. Yeah. But it
Oh,
could.
so you
could
like
go.
racing.
There's switcheroo. They do switcheroos. Okay, where the guy who's in front will let the guy go on the inside, but because it's just such a sharp turn, he has to go so wide for the exit. He just cuts him off at the exit, and then he passes him back out. He passes him again. Yeah. So he like loses the position for a second, but then he gets it right back. So there's all these techniques when you're battling. They call it battling each other. And then like they also call like putting their elbows out, where you're defending and you're not letting the guy behind you pass you. So it's kind of, they call it pull. It's like lingo. They call it it's like nice putting your elbows out. It's like you just letting the car behind
soccer. You don't want someone to pass.
Yeah, you just don't want anyone to pass. And there's all these cool techniques. It's just racing.
Runners do that on a track too. They run like this instead of like stop people from. I don't know.
Yeah. That's the thing I want to do. I want to get into racing. That's the extreme sport I definitely want to get into. I don't think I'll go far, but I want to have fun.
I want to do the one on horseback in the desert. Now that's an extreme sport, and that's like a long, like epic. That's like a several day thing. I think they do that for racing too, car racing, but they do it for the horses. That's what the Hidalgo was based on, the movie Hidalgo.
You know what's another great extreme sport?
Space.
Speaking about deserts.
Oh.
Doom buggying.
Oh.
I want to do that. That's another one I want to do.
Be honest. You just want to be in a car. You
I
want to be in a
car.
machine doing sports.
Well, the thing about cars is, you have like, you have like these roll cages. Like a Doom buggy, you have a nice roll cage and you're wearing a helmet and stuff. Like you're safe, for the most part. Yeah, you're safe-ish. You can still fuck yourself up really bad. But anyway.
Sand in your face.
Well, you got goggles, but you can fuck yourself up pretty bad.
Goggles, your
but
eyes.
doom buggying is fun.
Nose.
I just want to get on the sand. I want to go on the sand dunes and pretend I'm in Mad Max. I'm just like, you're driving hard up a fucking dune, and you're just like
some guy in the back of your doom buggy playing guitar with big speakers.
Yeah. I just want to, and like I love the sound of a car engine when it's like
you wear a spiked helmet
in the sand, and it's just going down the sand, and you go up the dune, and you hear it. You just like,
yeah. Is that you in the air?
Yeah.
You look good in a mohawk. You would. Mad Max it to the max.
I'd look like a psychopath.
Well, I think that's the whole point. You wear a mohawk to look like a psychopath.
That's true.
You make a good psychopath.
I guess so.
You do.
But
man, you'd scare people.
Yeah. It's my face. It's
putting your elbows out.
It's because of my face.
No, it's because your intensity.
It's scary. But
those are fun. Yeah, I would doom buggy. But I mean, I like the idea of like seeing vistas. So it's not just like the desert, but it'd be nice to like, I don't know, is there extreme sport with the vistas in the different places? I guess running, where they run for crazy marathons. But that's not an extreme.
Well, that's kind of like what rally car does. Rally car, it's dangerous, but they're on these.
Is that the 3-day one?
No.
You know which one I'm talking about? That it's like 3-day.
Well, I don't think so. I don't know.
What is that called? That's called something.
There's also these there's this type of race where you do kind of travel in a race car and you're going down, like you're going through all of Europe. It's like a European thing. I forget what it's called though.
But they do them in different places.
Yeah. But like Europe is like the European one is very popular. And you usually
comment. Let us know what that one is. I need to know. I should have Googled it before, but I didn't think about it until you start talking about the cars and they pop in my head.
Yeah. But rally car is kind of like that because you're on these
Speed Racer is about that. I'm sorry, Speed Racer was emulating that thing. You know,
when
they
did
the long thing. But what now?
Rally car is kind of like what you're talking about. When you see the vistas, you're in like these dirt tracks, and you're like in the like forest and like mountains and stuff. Yeah, and you're like driving like as fast as you can, and like there's jumps in the dirt tracks though.
What?
You're in these rally cars that look like hatchbacks. You know, so it's like a Ford, you know what a Ford Focus ST looks like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that big, like that small little
My
hatchback.
auntie has one of those.
Yeah,
No, I'm kidding.
small little like hatchback cars, and like remember Joel? You know, our buddy Joel.
Yeah.
He had like the red flaps on the back tires. You know what I'm talking about? Remember that car?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the type of car that's
a rally car.
That's pretty much a rally car. That's what rally cars look like. They take those cars and they turn them into rally cars. They put the right tires on, the right engines, all that stuff.
For different terrain.
Yeah, they put
things.
like the right components on it for it to be a rally car. But that's pretty much they always take that hatchback model and then they soup up the engine like crazy, and then they freaking they go wild. They go down these dirt tracks and these jumps, and some of these jumps are right into turns. So you have to do the jump while turning this way. But you have to. Yeah, so you're going into the so this is the jump and the turn. You're going straight.
You have to take the jump straight though, right?
No. So watch. So this is the jump. The track turns this way.
Yeah.
But you're going straight, fast as fuck. You have to go. This is me going slow motion. You have to go, turn the car while you're doing the jump, then have the car turned. So this is the car turned in the air, drift around the turn. I've seen them do this. There's real footage I could show you. It's insane.
Let's watch it.
They're really super talented. And these rally car guys, they have the driver and they have the guy that tells you.
Because you're going to bring your drift into the science of where you're going to go.
Yeah. And you have the guy you have the passenger.
In the air.
You have the passenger who's telling you what the track looks like.
There's a passenger?
Because he has the map of the track and he tells you what's coming next because everything comes so fast.
I don't want to be the passenger in this, but I'm usually the passenger. But that guy gets probably flung out a couple times.
No. But the guy, but he's telling you what's coming next because everything is coming so fast. So you kind of know the layout of the track as the driver, but you don't see what's coming. So he has to tell you what's coming so that you do you make the car do what it needs to do.
You have to calculate
for when it comes. Yes, you have to calculate it before it actually happens. That's why rally
that sounds like extreme sporting right there.
That is extreme. It's extreme.
Why does it have to be a hatchback? I had a hatchback
going
into school.
I think it's just because it's a smaller car and it's easier for it to.
It's like a dune buggy look.
Yeah, it's easier for it to do jumps and stuff. I think we covered it. Extreme sports. I want to fucking.
There's more, but yeah,
there's definitely a lot more.
Fun. There's something we even go into planes.
Yeah, we didn't even go into. I don't want to touch planes though. I don't want anything that's in the air. Parachuting, no thanks. Like I used to when I was a kid.
I want to do that, but again, won't ever do it.
Yeah, like when I was like 20, 21, 22, 23.
You want to free climb, don't you?
I want to
go ahead. 22, 23.
Yeah, I wanted to do parachuting. And I wanted to do like bungee jumping. I wanted to do the paragliding with the squirrel, the flying squirrel thing. I wanted to do that too. But then I turned 24 and I was like, you know what? I don't want to do any of that shit. I don't know what happened. Something clicked when I was 24. I was like, I'm done.
Settled in.
Yeah, I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing that. No thanks. Not interested. Too many horrors. I think I heard too many horror stories.
Yeah, you get on there too much and you hear all the stories about it and you watch those videos where they show people dying in those extreme things. You don't want to see that.
Yeah. But I want to do all the car stuff. Anyway, we covered it a little bit. We'll talk more about it probably. Maybe we make an episode one day where we're actually at a raceway and we film ourselves doing it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'll be the guy in the map. Watch out! No. Oh, too late. We would crash.
Yeah. Rally crashes are pretty crazy. But yeah. But yeah, it's
you gotta be friends with somebody, but you can't be like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, no, what are you talking about? I'm telling you, take the turn. You can't be.
You can't question.
We wouldn't be good rally car drivers.
But yeah, I've been Theory Stay Limits. Yes.
I've been Joshua Callahan.
We've been the Gentleman Sit Down. We hope you had a great time watching this video. Leave a like, subscribe, like, comment. Let us know what
ding a bell.
Yeah, ding a bell. What extreme sports do you like? Let us know. Talk about it. Let us know what you want to do. Maybe you didn't even do it yet, but you want to do it. Let us talk.
Tell me the race. What's that called? What to do the 3 days?
Yeah, and tell us about the one where they circle around Europe. They drive around Europe, and it's like a race. It's like I don't remember. I want to say it's Gumball, but it's not that.
I think it's Europa.
Maybe I don't know.
Euro drivers.
I don't know.
Sirens.
But yeah. Been the gentleman, sit down. We hope you have a great week. We'll
Enjoy
catch
your
you next
week.
week.
Yeah.
Catch you next week. Peace.
Peace.